Good morning. This is going to be a little bit about Fiitfu. It is a program that I use to follow up with customers, to log samples, to keep a track of everyone that purchases from me or even my potential clients. So this is what the page will look like when you start. Fiitfu stands for Fortune is in the follow-up, and you're first going to sign up. There is a trial period that you can sign up for and test it out to see if you like it before you purchase it. It is about $20 a month. It is also a tax write-off. So I'm going to log into my account right now so that you can check it out. There are hundreds of videos on how to use Fiitfu, but I'm going to go through some basic things that I do with Fiitfu. So the first one, it automatically comes up on your dashboard, and you can see I've left some overdues just so I could do this video. You can see that there was a reminder added, and it comes up to close the order. So you would click on this person's name, but I'm going to go through a little bit about each thing right now. But there are intro videos that Fiitfu has for you to get you set up, to get you started. The first way I started getting customers was actually going backward into my contact list, into my actual VO, and adding each and every one of them, which was great. But here's the problem with it. I want to track what they use. I want to track their skin type. I want to track what they may be allergic to or what they don't like to use. Say, I'm not a fan of mint. Maybe I'm allergic to witch hazel. These things are very important when you're working with your client. So when you're suggesting products to them, you know right away what they can't have. So the first thing you could do is go into contacts, and you'll see this, and then you'll go over to I want to, and this is where you can add a contact. Okay, and to add a contact, you click on it, and it has everything. If they've already purchased from you, they would be a client. If they're a preferred customer, which means they're a VIP, they purchase way a lot from you. There is a 20%. I don't usually use that. If one of your customers became a consultant, you can now click that so that you can find them easier in something called a funnel, and we'll show you funnels too. I'm not very good with funnels yet. This is a huge, major program, by the way. So each of your scheduled follow-ups are already going to be put in, and contact to book a one-on-one, check-in or follow-up, keep the client on radar, and contact if not spoken to. And you notice these dates are spread quite far apart, and that's on purpose. We don't want to go too crazy and bother them every week, every 2 weeks. We want to space it out. So Posh has a 2-day, 2-week, 2-month guideline, and this seems to follow it very nicely. So that's contacts. Let's go back over into dashboard. So now you're going to look at what are today's follow-ups, what are upcoming, and what are overdue. Let's click overdue. Sometimes it will hold on to old information. This one I closed out, but it seems to not want to let go of, so I just ignore those. And I just spoke to this lady, so I'm going to click on it. And I can give her a sample. I can work with her in other ways. I can place an order for her. If she placed an order through my VO, I can add it here too, so that I know. Also, when you first sign up for Fiitfu, there is a way to put in your company and download all of the products. All of them will come right into here. And when we have a new catalog, there's a certain way on how to update each item just by one click of a button. So if they're hosting an online party or even an in-home party, you're going to use to host an event. You can record a meeting with them. If you had a meeting with them, you can record it. If you want to book something later on, add a reminder to do for them. What if you have two contacts that's the same person? You can merge them together. You can add a task, and you can even refer them to Fiitfu. You can also send them a private message through Fiitfu and so forth. There is so much you can do with this program that I'm going to only touch on a little bit. So I've set it up where when they fill out my form, I know exactly what their interests are. So she has combination skin and she's interested in the business opportunity. Awesome. So now you can go into contacts, and I view all contacts. And we're going to find the people who have filled out a form. There's another way to do this, and I'll show you that later. So this lady is interested also in the business opportunity. And if I go to forms, it will show you she's actually filled it out twice. I'm not sure why, but we're going to go to the most recent one. And here it says that she's interested in our perks program. She doesn't like licorice or anise. She has dry skin, and the rest of it she didn't answer. In order to see this really quickly, I like to highlight it, copy it, and I like to come down to notes and put it in here. So that way it's quicker for me when I'm on my mobile app to see my notes with each customer. If I want to give a sample to Lisa, I'm going to click Give a Sample. I'm going to call it Spring Samples. I'm going to click the sample button. Now you can give a gift certificate. What if she was a hostess in a party? I can also give her a gift. What if I sent her a lip balm or a big fat yummy hand cream? This is where you would put it, and this will help you track for your tax purposes. So now I want to put in what sample I gave her. The sample would be, let's say, BFF. Now the LN, or any other letter but W, is going to be the dollar amount version, meaning this is the purchasable version. The samples always come in a W. So click the W, click 1, and click Add. And you see it comes in with no money. Now if I were to click the other BFF, you'll see what I mean. You see how it shows up as $21. We don't want to do that. Okay. So I sent her BFF. Maybe I sent her I'm turning blueberry and moisture 911. And maybe I sent her a You Go Cocoa. All right. So those are the samples that I sent her. And then I would come down to the bottom and I would click Save. I'm not going to do that because it will actually put in these follow-ups. And I don't want these follow-ups to come up later because I didn't actually send them on this date. You can change your date and so forth. All right, so let's cancel this. Now, if they place an order, let's go in and place an order. And I think I did this for her once. Let me hit update. No, that's not work. Delete follow up. Okay. Now, when you complete a follow up, it'll come up like this. You can record, you can add a comment, you can update the contact date, like if you want to change it and make it later on, or you can just complete it. I did talk to Lisa, so I'm just going to complete it. Now, if I wanted to put notes about talking to Lisa, I could put them into notes here. I could also check and see if I put any notes in, and I did. It's right here on 4/6. And here you can see everything you've ever done with that client. So here's an order which is blank because I think I was using it for testing like I'm going to right now. So here's the order date. And again, whatever they order, this time you're going to put in the dollar amount number, not the W number. So let's go back to BFF. And here you'll see it comes up with the price. Now, what if BFF is now only $18? Go into save. If you know the percentage of the discount, you can do it that way. If you're wanting to give them a discount, you can do it this way. But I like to come in and do, let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21. That would be $3. And hit apply. And it'll take off the $3 charge. So when it shows up in your PV, you'll know that this PV for this customer was correct. It didn't do the 21, it did the 18. So then you would click add, and it will add it to the products in the order. You can also choose which one they've paid. It also works great for cash and carry. So say you're doing an event and they paid you with a credit card, but not through site, but from your own inventory. You can do that. You can also put in, if they had a gift certificate, what was the code of your gift certificate that you used, which is great. How they paid you. This actually would go to the contact, so it would send them a receipt if their email is in your contacts, which it is here. So she would get a receipt on this saying, oh, I bought that. Oh, look, they sent me a receipt. So this is another option. You can figure in your shipping here and the tax for your state. So let's go over quickly and look at calendar. So anything in red is something I have not done. Here are also some really good tips for you. Look at all these birthdays. Now, how do I know whose birthday it is? Click on it. It will bring up the list of people. So this is Kathy Kubaki. So you see them popping up over here. So what I do is usually on the end of March, I'll send out all of my April birthday cards. All right. So let's look at the first red thing. It's a connect. It's a connect one. And what that means is that you need to connect with 3 clients, which you need to call or thank them for filling out your form or just touch base with them. Check into your last meeting with them or your talk with them. The next one is check in or follow up to last meeting for this lady. And the same with this. Now, Rebecca and Tammy are actually someone else's clients because that consultant who was just a customer and did a party, she signed up. So I know to complete these. Now I can actually remove them from my Fiitfu if I'd like to, and I probably should go through and do that. I'm going to complete these follow-ups real quick, but I'm going to click Tammy Whitener. Do you see whose it is? It's Stacia's, and the reason I know it's Stacia's is because I put it in there. So whenever you have a party, even if they're not a consultant yet, it's a really, really good idea to put them under referred by. If one of my friends isn't a consultant, but she has a party for me, I am going to put everybody she invites to the party under her because she may sign up with me one day. And if she does, I automatically know who her clients are. This is Stacia's girl. So I can actually ignore these 2 follow-ups and hit complete because that's Stacia's job, not mine anymore. And I have an upcoming, and that's Tammy's birthday. Now, sometimes I will send them a birthday card, but typically once they're somebody else's customer, they're not mine anymore. I'm going to go through right here, right now, and show you how to delete a customer. In this case, so here you're going to go into edit, and I'm going to come down, and I'm actually going to delete this customer. And it's going to say, cannot be deleted if they have orders, redeemed gift certificates, hosted an event with orders. We strongly advise you making them inactive instead of deleting them, which you definitely can do. When contacts are deleted, they're removed from Fiitfu permanently. You will not have any record of any follow-ups, messages, gifts, donations, and so forth. Well, in this case, I didn't track any of that with this customer. Making them inactive is a great way to do that. So that automatically removed Tammy from my list. And you can go through and do this with a lot of people if you want. Now this one is my client or my customer. I like to say client. Client is a great way to refer to your customers. It makes it sound more professional. She is interested in the business opportunity. I have sent her information on that. Let's go into a complete a follow-up. Now there are different ways you can do this. Recording a meeting only lets you do a few things. It lets you set the date. It lets you put a comment to the meeting and where you met them. So it might have been phone or whatever. Add the interest of what you talked about. Maybe you spoke about the business opportunity. Did you give them any samples at the time of the meeting? Did they give you any referrals? So that's how to record a meeting. I'm going to click off of this one. I'm going to go back into this. Go into complete. You can add a comment. Now this can be a note about your meeting. This will automatically be put into their file as well. Put all the information. What did you speak about? Did you speak about their dog, their child? Was their child sick? Did they just get a trophy in T-ball? All of that stuff should be written down because you want to know about your customer. Have like 300 customers. It's a really good idea to do this because you'll lose track of who they are and are with them and what their kids' names are. All of that should be written down. It's a great way to be a personal representative for them. So I can also see her order history, her messages, her forms, her reminders, and so on. Funnels are a way to track and to find people. Let me first go into forms. So these are 2 forms that I have saved for Fiitfu. And by going into the little sidebar and clicking forms, I can actually see how many people filled out what form. My team welcome form is really cool. Once you join my team, I send you out a welcome letter. And in that welcome letter, I ask you to fill out this form, which puts you in my database so that I have track of you and I can keep track of you as my frontline or as my team company. My online client profile form for the samples, that is right here. And I'm going to click over here and show you what that looks like. Now there is an extensive video on filling out this form or creating this form. I'm not going to go into detail with it. I am going to tell you that it's out there and I will put it down in annotations or comments on this video. This form is a super way to track every one of your clients. Don't forget to put your birthday in it so they can give you a special treat, which basically is a card and a sample. And then you want to fill in your information. This is a block that you can set in here when you do the form. This I made mandatory. I want them to pick one of those. It's good to know if they dislike something or are allergic to something. You can even put one in here. What are your favorite scents? What type of skin do you have? What are the products that you would want information about? And is there anything else I need to know before I prepare your sample? You can do this as a drop-down box. Click all of these different things, psoriasis or things like that, eczema. And I might actually go in and do that. But so you can make this as personal and as easily broke down as you want to. And then once they hit the submit, that's when the form comes to me. I can go into my email, and here is one by Lisa right here, form. And when I click this name, it brings it up. It's so cool once you're logged in. The downside of Fiitfu is it will log you out after about 15-20 minutes. All right, so again, we looked at forms. So the plus sign is different things that you can do, and it's a quick and easy way to do this. So let's say we want to add a gift for someone. I'm finding that person who's already in my contact list. If they're not, you have to add them. Click Save. And I can go into Journal, and it will show what I've done. You can even add accomplishments. So let's say on 4/9, Nikki Shade hit pink, and you can put that here. So I know where everybody is at. So I have only 2 funnels set up. Launch party email, add that funnel. And what this is it's going to put this on to Nikki to say, hey, Nikki, you need to have a launch party. And this is send manual message. It will automatically send a message to Nikki that she needs to do her launch party. But because she's not on any of my email lists right here, it won't send it to her. So you have to make sure to click this. These are the different products. If you go into the 3 bars and you click products, you can go in and look at all the products. So let's look at this one. So these are the 2 items that are listed in our inventory, or you can export these, you can import these, and so forth. I don't know how to edit these though. Let's see if I click on one, if I can edit it. So here's where I put my inventory. They do have inventory. They do have inventory. Kim McKay, they do have inventory. Sorry, I got a little excited there for a moment. Current inventory of Complexion Perfection. I have 4 of them. Add inventory. Let's go into add inventory. Click the number 4. Click OK. Sweet. Reorder in 90 days. So you can change your reorder and so forth. Too cool. That's something new. I don't add inventory on samples. So let's go into BFF. Remember, this is the sample and this is the regular, but we're going to search them all. You can search it by product number, or you can search it by name. Let's click this one. So this is minus your 20% is what I believe. Track inventory, current inventory 1. Active, current inventory, I don't want to click it there. I want to click add inventory, click 1, click OK. Save, and it's tracking my inventory. Awesome. I can also export this, and then I'm going to come down here and open that for you. And this is your product sheet, and I bet you this is how you can import too. So if you need to import an item that is not listed, which technically we hardly ever do, I think Kim McKay and I found out that night and day is missing. So I wonder if I can add that and how I add a product in here. That's one thing I don't know how to do yet. But here's where you can set up your inventory. So go through all of your stuff, make an inventory, and then start putting them in here. Let's go to events. I know this is going to be a really, really long video because it is a really, really extensive program. Go up here to add event, and this is the page we're going to get. So the host, I had to actually add me because I'm hosting it. The event date is this one, to 9 p.m. So you can actually just put 9p and it'll come up. This is Posh for a Cure. Okay, hit save. Now this will show up under my contact information. I can put in how many people came and so forth, my guest list. So when you set up an event, it's going to prompt you to do all of these things, especially if it's an in-home party. Most of the time, if it's online, I just click done so that it's done. The one thing you want to make sure of is to click event was held when it's finished. But this is how you can track all of your sales for an event. And here's where you add the guests. You can add them as a new contact. You can add them from the list, or you can add them by typing in their name. You can also export your guest list here. You can do reports. These reports are really cool. You can do number of orders completed, annual sales report, product sales, number of events held, annual combined report, renewals, and so forth. That's basically it. So I hope that you've at least followed some of this. I know it was a really long video. And like I said, you know, there are videos all over the place that teach you about Fiitfu and teach you how to use them and work through them. I seem to need to go and do the rest of my follow-ups. I like to do them from calendar. It's so much easier and faster for me to do that. So I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go do some follow-ups. See ya.